Hey everybody, how you doing? This is just one of my weekly videos. I gotta try to get out there and do these more often, but we had quite a few complications in getting this course started with content, material, dates, things you can download, things you can open, people getting books, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I've been working on the back end to make sure all those things have been activated and enabled, and now it looks like everything is ready to go. So I'm doing kind of the cheating version of just kind of going through the PowerPoint presentation that was just posted for Chapter 1, and all the other subsequent chapters for all the material for this course have now been posted and are readily available. If for some reason they're not available, let me know, and I will make sure to get everything working for you. So anyway, Chapter 1, this is just getting everything started. We have a couple learning objectives: stand out and grow, the need for a better project management, especially information technology projects. Information technology projects is where a majority of the work is in the market. You have so much IT and infrastructure-based items. Even if you're going into manufacturing, if you're going into medical or even agriculture, everything is technology-based on the back end. And so having a technology background for project management or knowing the project elements to be technological will be very important. Explain what a project is, of course, describe project management, and discuss key elements. Those key elements are clearly defined in the book, so I don't need to go through those. Just read the chapters, follow the information. It'll also be well listed out here in the PowerPoint presentation. And I'm not going to go through this line to line. I want to add, some color to some things, but I'm not going to be going on for everything. Understand the role of the project managers by describing what they do. That's going to be a key one, because a project manager's number one responsibility is communication. They are the hub. They are the facilitator. They are the one to make sure everything gets done. Make sure the train's on the tracks, running on time, that there's fuel in the train, at the right number of cars on the train. Any analogy you want to put towards it, it is the duty of the project manager to make sure everything is flowing. And the number one push behind that, the fuel behind flow, is communication. So you have to be a very effective communicator, and more importantly, you have to know who you are communicating with. Know the key term here: stakeholders. Know who the stakeholders are and what engagement each stakeholder has, whether it has to do with something they need to be informed, responsibility, or anything like that. Excuse the dogs barking in the background. Describe project management profession. That's very important. So we already have the introduction. I don't need to go through that. Project management statistics, money-making opportunities there, always very good. Motivating for studying IT project management, pretty much what I covered. A huge percentage of things have to do with technology and project management. Advantages of using formal project management. This all has to do with performance improvement, which is something I specialize in. If you stick to the adhered project management guidelines, and you have a methodology, you have tools, you have things that you go to check you on pre-flight checklists and things like this that are predetermined, then you have a formula for success. And then that formula gets more and more sharpened as the tool as you continue to use it in your career or for your organization, thus making every project you do more effective and more efficient. Everything comes down to what I said in the first video around a project triangle, where you have time, cost, and resources. You use that project triangle as a determination for everything that you do. One quick fun thing that you should know about, it may not be in the book, but it's always in real life, is a project is not approved on how much it costs. It's approved on how much it'll benefit, or how much it'll fix. And then you look on how you're going to pay for it. So that's just something to keep an eye out on. What is a project? A temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result. That's important. Product, service, or result. A product is a thing. A service is, again, a service, and a result is just an improvement. So it doesn't necessarily have to have a solid output. It can just be an improvement on an existing process. For an example, going from, paper faxing to e-faxing. You're not producing anything new. You're just improving an output. Examples of IT projects, didn't need to go through any of that stuff. This is a little outdated because you got 2012 and 2014 statistics in here. Unproductive apps, Facebook, social media, things like that. Keep the work professional. Project has a unique purpose. It is temporary, developed using progressive elaboration, and you have a project sponsor. Project sponsor is typically an executive or someone that has oversight. They're the ones who will find the funding, who will help you in coordination, especially if you have multiple projects going on under one umbrella. And the program is the umbrella, group of related tasks. And that's what I was just talking about before: cost, time, Now, they word it a little different here. Scope goal, cost goal, and time goal, all those are important, but you also have to have resource availability when you come to figuring if you're going to actually complete a project. Got to know your people. And here it is right here. Scope, time, and cost. See, again, I disagree. It is resources. The scope is the size. It is your, scope of limitation, which is kind of redundant, but a scope is a predefined term of limitations, or what the intent and purpose is. It is the path of the project. So you have time and costs. Sometimes they group cost into resource allocation, but you got to have the people. Everything is measured into fragments of FTE, or full-time equivalent resources. So if you have people that are already working 8 hours a day, one person at 8 hours a day equals 1 FTE. And if you can't hire anybody new to start on a project, you have to pull away from existing FTE resources in order to get the project complete. So you have to properly allocate for that during a project time. Very important. Project management framework. I'm not going to go through this. Here's the stakeholders I was just talking about. Yep, sponsor, manager, team, staff, customers, users, suppliers. And a resource, by the way, doesn't have to be a person. It can be an instrument, a tool, mechanism, software. All those are considered to be resources, by the way. Knowledge areas, and I think that's about it for this video today. Everything else gets into very specific things that you can pick up while you're looking at this. The WBS is really important, so learn what that is, read about it, and everything else in here is very self-explanatory, but just remember, this is the opening salvo. This is the biggest chunk that you'll have to go through, because it gives all the terms and definitions that you'll be using throughout the rest of the project. Again, I apologize for the dogs in the background. So anyway, that's it for this project, or for this video. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. And it's very easy to do this class. Read the material, review the PowerPoint presentation, take the quiz, do the homework. Make sure you participate in your weekly participations to make sure you don't get dinged for that. I'm very forgiving on homework and timelines. I realize everyone has a life. So if you have any problems, just let me know, and I'm here to help you out.